Good evening, dear viewers. My name is John Montgomery of the Gramercy Friends BBC News. We are here today in a most special program with a famous octopus scientist, Mr. David Scheel, known mostly for this octopus book and all his great research on octopus. It is a great pleasure to meet you, Mr. Scheel.
You too, John.
Our viewers are so delighted to have you with us tonight.
I am to be here too.
And we have a very special presentation topic today about octopus. This octopus...
It is a giant Pacific octopus. So you see, here in the islands of Moria in French Polynesia, me and my octopus team were studying giant Pacific octopuses and their daily life. So...
And were you actually there in the island studying the octopus?
Yes, and we went in the water and we found a few octopuses.
And after studying them, do you swim with them and then do you eat them, or?
We don't eat our discoveries, Mr. Montgomery.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But some of them were quite shy.
Yes.
Like Cleo, one of the octopuses, he was quite shy, and we don't know where he went. He kind of just disappeared because most octopuses or octopods move around a lot. They'll maybe have a home for a couple of days or a week or something like that.
So tell us a little bit more about octopus. Maybe, should we go to the next picture?
Yes, so, octopuses, like say a giant Pacific octopus, it has around 300,000 brain cells.
Excuse me, did you say 300,000?
Yes, so you see...
So they're actually smart?
Quite smart. So most...
Did you hear that, viewers of the Gramercy Friends BBC? I had no idea.
So octopods, most of their brain cells are actually in their arms. So you could say each arm had a mind of its own.
You mean like two arms could be like playing chess against each other?
Well, not exactly, because it all connects to one mind. It would be like...
Whoa.
If, say it's a machine, and it has 8 parts, but they all connect to the same grand machine.
So it's like one mind with 8 intelligent tentacles? All intelligent?
Yes, but actually you would think that it's all in the head, but it isn't.
Right.
The head is more like, sort of like organs and everything. Because the mouth, as you can see here, is right between all the tentacles. So you could say that your mouth is in your armpit.
Wow.
Yes.
That's fascinating. I never knew octopus were so smart.
So, octopuses, their homes are usually in caves. Like, you would usually find a cave sort of like a hole sort of thing.
Do you actually, when you're swimming in Moria, did you actually swim in one of the caves looking for the octopus?
Sometimes we couldn't because it was too small of a cave.
Right.
And sometimes they retreated too far back into the cave.
Were you scared as you went into the cave?
No.
No.
And also, we didn't go very much into the caves. And also, the octopods were quite friendly.
Did one actually touch you?
No. One of them, it sort of didn't mind us, but then it sort of got annoyed at us and squirt ink at us, so...
Squirt ink on you? So you were there and suddenly it's full of ink?
Yeah, so we decided to leave and not bother it anymore.
Wow.
But one test we do on octopods is, say, we do this thing called a personality test. So we go up, we poke it with a pencil to see how it reacts.
I see.
And sometimes they run away in fear, sometimes
I would if you poked me.
Well, we don't poke them, we poke them
Unless
with
you
an
poke me gentle.
With an eraser.
Oh, with an eraser.
So
then I might think it's food and try to grab that eraser.
No, not usually.
Actually, I wouldn't because I'm very smart. I have 8 intelligent tentacles. So I wouldn't grab the eraser.
So actually, the personality test, we would poke it with a pencil, see what happens when we try to touch it, when we go close. Sometimes they would run away in fear. Sometimes they would come and like touch us with their suckers.
I see.
And one other thing, which I'm about to move on to, is octopus eating habits.
Oh, I want to hear all about their eating.
So,
whoa, excuse me.
They eat
Is
lots...
that octopus? Did you take these photos in Moria with your camera?
Yes.
So you actually were there and you took this photo of this
I didn't
octopus
take that photo.
Eating.
Someone on my team did.
I see.
So, octopods, they eat over hundreds of things. They can eat anything they can eat.
I see.
So sometimes, you could, like anything they could find. So they don't usually eat like fish, but say like a clam. They can, it's easy for an octopus because, say it's a clam, the octopus can drill a hole using its mouth into the clam. They can open it with its suckers, and like it's so easy for an octopus to just get food, and it leaves it completely clean on the inside.
Now, I'm always fascinated by when I order clams, how to eat them, and I bang at them. But you know, I never thought of using my mouth to drill a hole and open it.
Well, you would need a mouth as strong as an octopus's.
Right.
They're stronger than a parrot's beak.
Wait, stronger than a parrot's beak?
Yes.
The octopus?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Well, their beaks, well, not beaks, but jaw, mouth.
Right.
It's very strong. It's sort of a beak. It's like the two things, but they're sort of identical.
I see.
And they're right under the tentacle. So you see here, it has its tentacles wrapped around, and it's trying to, I think, although you can't see, I think it's trying to drill a hole.
Right. Yes, and then sucking it out, right?
Yes, because that's what they do. So octopods, they have this chemical inside of them that sort of like cleans out everything and just like sort of sucks it inside. So there's this cool thing where octopods, they can do so much different things. Like they can squeeze themselves or things like that. So if you had a hole this big, then octopus could fit through it.
Wait, can you hold this for a minute? You're telling me an octopus this big can fit through a hole this big?
Usually.
How?
So yes. Because other than their mouth, there are no bones in an octopus. Their head, just think your head, it could be
My head has bone, right? So I can't do what you're about to describe.
If you were trying to be an octopus, you'd bang your head against a hole and be like, ah.
Right.
So,
But an octopus,
it could sort of like shrink itself. Like say it was one of those like squishy toys where you squished it and it was smaller.
Now, Dr. Shield, how does the octopus squeeze itself and then does it unsqueeze itself when it's done?
It simply contracts its muscles. So it would be like if you were like this and then suddenly went like this. Of course I can't because I have bones and everything.
Right, we have bones. We're humans.
But there was this cool documentary. Right. It was 45 minutes that I watched. And the octopus, there was this little box with food and a hole like this big. It was a giant Pacific. It was quite a big octopus. And it squeezed through and ate the food and then squeezed out.
Wow. At the end, I do want to tell you what my favorite octopus is, but I don't want to scare the viewers of the Gramercy Park News because when I mention the name of this octopus, it is so frightening. My dear viewers, you will be terrified, but I'll leave it to the end.
I think I know what it is, but I will not say it.
I think you do, because you are an octopus scientist.
Yes, so here is another octopus. So octopuses, they aren't very social.
So, is that its head?
Yes.
But there's no brain in there?
No.
brains?
Well, there is, but
they're here.
But there's 300,000 brain cells. 200,000 of them are in the arms. The rest of the 100,000 are spread throughout the body.
Okay.
The octopus, it kind of doesn't just leave its arms for grabbing stuff. It fills up the whole body with everything.
Wow.
It's sort of like a sea snake. Mm-hmm. I watched a short video about them. Their lungs go like all the way down their body.
Wow.
And they come up for air.
Fascinating.
So, octopuses...
Is this what I think it is?
When they mate, sometimes...
is this like two octopuses mating?
Yes, sometimes
wow.
Your first date could be your dinner because octopuses sometimes eat each other. So you could be like mating, trying to find another octopus.
So you might think, oh, this octopus is pretty good looking.
And then she comes up and you're like, oh, I don't really like her and I'm feeling kind of hungry.
They'll eat it? They'll eat the date?
Sometimes. So one of my octopuses that I tagged, we were looking for her, trying to track her tag, and we finally found her and we're like, oh, she looks a lot bigger than before. And then
She ate her boyfriend?
No.
Oh.
We went and we looked inside, and it turns out that the octopus we tagged was inside the other octopus.
Dear viewers, I am sure on your next date in New York, you're going to be wishing you were not an octopus, or you might get eaten.
Well, you see, they have many things that prey on them, but they're defense maneuvers. Like, an octopus can change color in a matter of seconds. They could be like this to change to this wood color. So an octopus, it has 3 layers of sort of mirror-like things, and they can change it and tint it, and each one has a different color, so they mix.
That is unbelievable.
So usually they're red, and red means like relax.
I thought they're always red.
And then white is like when they're very excited.
Wow.
And then when they're scared and want to camouflage, they could change color. So one of the octopuses I was viewing, it was sitting on top of some rocks, casual red.
He was red, he was like, oh
and
good.
Then he saw me, and he changed coral multicolor and went into his hole.
Way, that's incredible. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I never knew octopuses could change colors to reflect their feelings.
Yeah.
So I think this was the most fascinating program. I do want to ask you about my favorite octopus. Are you familiar with the blue ring octopus?
Quite familiar.
Oh, viewers, don't get scared, but...
They are the most poisonous octopus species in the world. They are called blue-ringed octopuses because if you touch one of the blue rings, even an adult human will die in a matter of 60 to 90 seconds. They live on the coast of Australia.
I guess I won't be planning a vacation to Australia anytime soon.
Oh, well, there's no need. They have fences off in the ocean.
Okay. Well, with that note, Dr. Scheel, it was a fascinating pleasure to meet you. I learned so much about octopuses today. Thank you for coming, and thank you for coming to Gramercy and to talk about octopus with our viewers.
Thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure of mine, John.